Alright, today we're doing a video similar to a video I saw, Bengal, where we just spin and see what absolute chaos we can get. And we have so many options on this wheel. We have chaotics, we have specific positions. You can lose your first round pick. You have several things where your pick is at my mercy. You have best and worst available. You have you have trading, you have reaching, you have offense or defense specifics. And it's going to be crazy to see what these picks are. So, boom, boom, boom. Let's begin with the Jacksville Jaguars and see what their pick will be at the mercy of. And they're getting a special teams player. And looking at this board, the best special teams player is none other than Matt Araiza. Araiza? I don't know how to say your name, but I don't think you ever expected to be picked number 1 overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. No, you did not. So, yeah, that's his number 1 pick, and this is the second time, actually, where, in my 3 takes, where the Jaguars have picked a special teams player. But on to the Lions. Well, that's the first to pick. A punter being kicked. Another special teams guy. Another special teams person. And the best person is Jake Camarda out of Georgia being drafted to the Lions. Do you ever think the 2 punters will be drafted back-to-back, let alone number 1 and number 2 overall back-to-back? Nope, that's never going to happen. That's an impossible chance. Unless they're just really good punters. And now we're on to the Houston Texans, who get my choice. So we can finally get a normal pick. And I think that they have to go with Devin Neal at offensive line. That's just a no-brainer. The first of these New York teams is going to be the New York Jets. And they're going to trade. No, it's just barely. They keep the pick. And we go chaotic. And I think nothing is chaotic as drafting George Karlaftis with the number 4 pick. Nothing as chaotic as that. That would be some serious pick chaos. Punter, the 3rd punter taken in this draft, is going to the Giants. A 3rd punter. Why do we have 3 punters here? And Ryan Stonehouse is going to the Giants. We've had 3 punters in the top 5. What is this? I don't know. At this point. Okay, final normal pick. And it's the Panthers on defense. I think they go Aiden Hutchinson. And do need a corner, so I think they go Sauce Gardner with the number 6 pick here. And now I've got the Giants. And they're going to go offensive line, which they should have done with their first pick, but they decided to take up punter. And the only offensive line that I think they could get is Ika Makwanu with the number 7 pick. They took 2 punters for some reason. They took 2 punters for even 3 punters in the first 5 picks. And now we have a kicker going to the Falcons when you already have Young Wei Koo, but alright. Best kicker is Andrew Mevis. I don't think he thought about going number 8 to the Falcons. No. Definitely didn't think that. As I slip out of this wheel. Defense for the 9th selection, the Seahawks. Which I don't really know that they need an edge. Maybe they do. And yeah, they do. They need a corner. But I think they go with Derek Stingley here at number 9 because they need a corner, and that's what's going to get them a corner. The Jets' second pick. And this will be defense. I think since Aiden Hutchinson is so high, so far down here, Jets pounce on the opportunity to take Aiden Hutchinson with the number 10 pick. Now, what about the Washington Commanders? They take a CB with this pick. So, I think they definitely need to take Andrew Booth, which might actually be a bit of a reach. There's no other corners, really. Because they took Dirk Stingley. Now, let's see what the Vikings will do with their pick. They'll be the first defensive end. And then, I don't know that they need a D end. But we gotta take Kayvon Thibodeau, because I guess it's a defensive end. He's so high up here that I think he should just be taken. Texans with their 13th pick. Let's do this like so many times. I don't want to get to the point where they lose their first round pick, and we almost get it, but we get our first running back drafted by the Texans, which I guess they need a little bit, but they don't really have that. Breece Hall is the best running back, and again, I don't think that he even knew he was going to be drafted by the Texans at number 13. And number 14 is the Baltimore Ravens, and they almost trade. They almost get an offensive lineman, and they get a wide receiver. They just barely get a wide receiver. They're going to take the first wide receiver off the board, and that is Garrett Wilson at number 14. Let's do this like an aggravating amount of time so we can mess up the Eagles' draft plans as much as possible. And that's just chaotic. Ooh, what do we do for chaotic? Let's go with offense. Let's go with Malik Willis at number 15. Maybe they don't trust Jalen Hurts. That would be unexpected chaotic. This is just really weird. I hope one of these teams loses their first round picks. They get an offensive lineman for the Saints, which they need. And they're going to get Trevor Penning instead of Charles Cross. You know what? I am going to... And when you lose your first round picks, You lose all of your first round picks, and I'm going to make that twice as likely. Ooh. Chargers barely avoid missing that pick. I think they go Jameson Williams with this pick. Oh, God. We have to draft Kenny Pickett. Okay, this is weird. So we got quarterback for the Eagles. Although we just pulled a chaos and drafted Malik Willis, now I have to draft Kenny Pickett. What? They used both of their first round picks on quarterbacks. Such a mistake ever. I don't know why you would do that, but they did that. Saints get best available, which is undoubtedly the best available was Kyle Hamilton. So they get Trevor Penning and Kyle Hamilton. Two picks that they should have been a wide receiver with, but, you know, Hamilton was just higher up. As Discord existing. But here we go. Worst available for the Steelers. The worst available player will be drafted by the Steelers, and that worst available player is the Steelers draft kicker Trenton Gill with this pick. Like, what do you mean? Trenton Gill, the worst player available, gets drafted at number 20. And Trayvon Walker isn't even off the board. I have Trayvon Walker not doing so hot. My choice, and it's for the Panthers. They obviously don't need Kayvon Thibodeaux, and I think that they're going to get Jordan Davis with this pick. I know. Wide receiver and all that. I think Jordan Davis is pretty enticing and would give them a bit of a chaotic pick, and it would give them some good pass rush on the D tackle position. Now, next thing for them is a reach for the Packers. The reach for the Packers, I think they go with reaching they need wide receiver, linebacker, offensive tackle, cornerback, and edge. I think they go with Arnold Ebiketie. That would be a pretty big reach for him. I don't know why they would draft him, but anything can happen. This is just showing you that anything can happen in an NFL draft. Worst available pick for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals get the worst available player, and that would be Kokite. They don't even need. Probably undrafted. With definitely undrafted. So, yeah. Cowboys. Barely, the Cowboys lose their first round pick. And we're going to propose a trade with the Dolphins. Dolphins trades with the Cowboys. Lose their first round pick and move to the 102. 24th pick. And Dallas's next first rounder. Proposal. That trade confirmed that and was declined. We have to propose with the Dolphins and the Cowboys. Just swap those picks. And the trade was accepted. The Dolphins are back in the first round, and now they have to pick this. So we have to spin again for the Dolphins, who get a running back, and they almost lose that first round pick. So that running back would be Kenneth Walker. I mean, they already have Raheem Mostert. So I don't know why you would do that. But they get Kenneth Walker. Bills are up on the clock. They lose their pick on trading with the Broncos. They almost lose their first round pick, but they get a cornerback instead to complement Tre'Davious White. We're going to give them Trent McDuffie with this pick. Shuffled it 22 times, and I only got the Titans with this pick. Who gets defensive end? They almost lost their first round pick, but they get a D end instead. They're taking Trayvon Walker. First the 26th in this draft. 26th. Jermaine Johnson, top 10, top 15 material, won't even get into this first round probably. It's a little bit longer. It's a wide receiver for the Buccaneers. So they go with Chris Olave, and Drake London hasn't even been drafted yet. The Packers got a reach. And they have to get an edge rusher. Which I'm going to actually give them. Jermaine Johnson. So none of those picks were wide receiver. And all the Packers fans are like, all the Packers fans are mad. But now you got 4 chances for a team to lose their first round pick and you to trade back in. They got chaotic, but I think a chaotic thing to do would be to get Matt Corral. Maybe they don't trust Mahomes, or maybe they just need a backup. But they get Matt Corral. Now with their second pick, they can either lose it or trade it. And instead they get a reach. which is basically like traded up for something. That reach is a wide receiver, and we're gonna give them Jalen Colbert. So they did nothing at all. They got a quarterback with their K pick, and they reached for Jalen Colbert with the number 30 pick. Bengals and Lions. Bengals have to get a kicker. They already have Evan McPherson, and nobody expects them to get a kicker. And the only other kicker is Cade York. So just to recap, we had 3 punters in the top 5. We had Matt Ariza, Jay Camarda, Ryan Stonehouse, Andrew Mavis, and now finally, after all this, also Trenton Gill was picked by the Steelers. And finally, after all this time, the Bengals get Cade York. 7 special teams players got drafted in the first round. That would be a first if that happened. And the final pick is the Lions. And they almost lose it, but they get the worst available. Nope, they just end up getting a reach. I thought they were going to lose their pick or get the worst player available, but they just reach for somebody. What do they need? Linebacker, edge, safety. So I think they need to get a quarterback. I think they go Carson Strong as a reach. Alright, so this is the weirdest draft. Bears had no picks. Browns had no picks. Cowboys lost their pick. The Cowboys lost their pick. The Cowboys lost their pick. I don't know how you lose the pick. Looking at the full results, so just to recap, we had 2 punters taken in the top 2. We had Evan Neal, George Karlaftis, Ryan Stonehouse, a 3rd punter in the top 5. That would be a first if that happened. Sauce Gardner, Ike Makwanu, Andrew Mavis, a kicker. We had 4 special teams players taken in the top 10. 4 special teams players. 3 in the top 5. That was funny. And we got Kayvon Thibodeau fell to 12. Brees Hall got reached. The Eagles got Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. They got 2 quarterbacks with their 2 picks. Jameson Williams went to the Chargers. Hamilton fell all the way to the Saints. Trenton Gill was picked by the Steelers, the worst player in the entire draft. The worst player. I'm sorry. God, this guy, who I could pronounce his Ebikiti, I think is his last name. Cardinals got the worst player. Cole Kieft, a tight end which they probably won't even use. Trent McDuffie. The Cowboys lost their pick to the Dolphins, who got Kenneth Walker. Trayvon Walker fell all the way to number 26. Jermaine Johnson went to 28. The Chiefs got Matt Corral, Jalen Tolbert, and we got our 7th special teams player in the first round, and a reach quarterback. That was a crazy draft, nonetheless. How do you use your predecessor to Patrick Mahomes that won't even play in the league for 10 years if he's on the Chiefs? And then you get a reach wide receiver. The Raiders didn't have any. Rams didn't have any. Traded back. Cowboys had no first round pick. I don't know how you pick the worst player in the draft at number 20. I have 7 players. You pick a punter at number 1. And yeah, that's just going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. And credit to Bengal for the inspiration for this video. Peace.